Hey everyone, will there be a wave of foreclosures coming in 2022? Find out on today's Did You Know Show.
So my name is David, this is Julie, and this is our very first episode of our Did You Know Show, kicking off 2022. And we're talking about the 5 reasons we think there will not be a wave of foreclosures happening this year. If you remember back in early of 2020 when the pandemic first hit, they announced a wave of forbearance plans for those homeowners in trouble. And many analysts thought that that would ultimately lead to a wave or a ton of foreclosures hitting the market like it did 15 years ago. But Julie, what is the reason number 1 we're not going to see more foreclosures this year?
Yeah, there are multiple reasons why we won't see it. The first one being there are fewer homeowners that are in distress at this time, that are in trouble. So during the last housing crash, there are about over 9 million households that lost their homes to foreclosure, short sale, or because they gave it back to the bank. Now, today's data shows that most homeowners either exited the forbearance plan fully caught up on their payments, or with a plan in place that restructured their loan so they could begin making reasonable payments again.
Yeah, the Mortgage Bankers Association did a study on how people exited the plan, the forbearance plans, and they said about 39% left the program, they paid it off in full. 44% of those people in the plans negotiated and worked out a payment plan, or they restructured their loan in a certain way. And that left about 17% of people still in the program or have yet to work out a plan. We're going to talk about those 17% of those folks next.
So the second reason why we will not see a wave of foreclosures in 2022, as David mentioned, of the 17% that are still left in the program, they still have the opportunity to negotiate a repayment plan. Recent data shows that there's about 890,000 mortgages still in forbearance, and the servicing companies are definitely feeling the pressure from state and federal agencies to work something out.
Yeah. Rick Sharga, the Executive Vice President at Realty Track, said in a recent tweet, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the State Attorneys General look like they're adopting a zero-tolerance approach to mortgage servicing enforcement. Likely that this will limit the amount of foreclosure activity for the good part of 2022, while servicers would explore all possible loss mitigation options. All right, reason number 3 that we're not going to see a wave of foreclosures happening in 2022, and I think this is a big one, Julie, is more homeowners have equity and they'll be able to sell their homes versus last time in the last bubble. Many homeowners were caught underwater. They owed more than it was worth. Yeah. We all know we've seen home prices climb and escalate the last 2 years. So of the 17% of those folks still in the forbearance program, many of those folks have plenty of equity. So if push came to shove, they would be able to sell their homes and walk away with cash on the table, cash in their pocket. So I think that would, most people, being rational, would rather sell their homes and get some money rather than go through foreclosure, don't you think?
Absolutely. All right, now the fourth reason why we will not see a wave of foreclosures in 2022 is there have been far fewer foreclosures over the last 2 years. One of the seldom reported benefits of the forbearance program was it allowed households experiencing financial difficulties prior to the pandemic to enter the program. Now, the average number of foreclosures between the years 2017 to 2019, as you can see on this chart here, was about 290,000. Again, some of those folks were able to benefit from the program, reducing the amount of foreclosures in the last 2 years.
And lastly, number 5 for today's video is the market can currently absorb any foreclosures that came on the market. You know, of those 17%, the 890,000 forbearance plans still in the United States, if all of those did lead to foreclosure, the current market and the inventory levels we have could absorb all of that just because of all the buyer demand. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. So even if, for example, 1 million homes came on the market, there still wouldn't be enough inventory to meet the current demand. In fact, in our local Stockton Lodi market, there's about 0.8 months worth of inventory. So, you know, we've been saying for quite some time now, you know, we welcome new listings. We need more properties to come on the market. So again, in a nutshell, in the event that we were to get some sort of influx in foreclosures, our market could certainly absorb it.
The bottom line, you guys, is that the forbearance plan or the end of it for all those homeowners is not going to lead to a major housing crash. What are you guys' thoughts on these 5 reasons? Let us know down in the comments below.
Yes, and thank you for joining us on our first Did You Know show of 2022. Whether you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, please like and subscribe, and we will see you guys soon.